You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
Today I have a fun Chop It Up inspired project for you using the 49 and Market Vintage Artistry Nature Study. This is a new release from 49 and Market. I absolutely love this collection. I love the vintage feel and the nature elements, and I'm just flipping through some of the stuff that I picked up. I got all of this stuff from Rotary HOBBIES, a local Canadian craft store. I'll have the links for these products listed in the description box down below, where you'll find a coupon code as well for a 10% discount off your purchase. So I hope you'll check that out. So I'm just showing you some of the laser cut elements. There's lots of like mushrooms and foliage and butterflies and just really beautiful designs. And I've got some of the 6x8 collection packs, some 12x12s, and some ephemera as well. So for this project, we're going to take one piece of 12x12 paper. I'm using the Vintage Artistry Nature Study Ledger pack, and I've just picked out one that's very neutral, and I'm going to cut off the branding strip, and then I'm going to start cutting this down to 2-inch strips. So I'll end up with 6 strips that measure 2x12. Once those are all cut up, I'm going to grab my scoreboard and pop these in across the 12-inch side. I'm going to score at 3, 6, and 9 inches. And then I'm going to flip them over and score again at 3, 6, and 9 inches. By scoring on both sides, I'll avoid cracking and I'll get nice clean scores when I fold my paper. So once this is all done, I'm going to go ahead and start creasing those folds. So I'm going to create like a zigzag almost. So you'll see I fold one way and I'll score, and then I'll fold the other way, creating like this M or W, whichever way you want to look at it. And I'm going to do that to all of my papers. This is going to create little strips of tickets. These are so fun. This is a great way to use up scraps too. You don't have to use a brand new 12x12. You can use any size strip of paper and score it at even lengths and then create little tickets. So I'm going to take the first one here, and I've got a bunch of punches. I'm going to put all of my papers together, and I've got a stub and scallop punch, and I'm going to fold all those up, and I'm going to punch all 4 corners with the stub punch, and this is going to create really cool little tickets. Look at that, super cute. I love that. That's super easy to make too. Okay, I'm going to grab another one, and I'm going to flip my punch over, and I'm going to punch with the scalloped edge. And this almost looks like little labels. I really like the way this one looks. This is really nice. So now I'm going to grab a corner rounder and do the same thing. Punch all 4 corners, and then we'll get nice rounded corners. And again, it looks like a little label. All right, and now I'll take one more, and I'll use a bigger corner round. And you'll see the difference between the 2 corner rounds. One is a 1/4 inch and one is a 1/2 inch. So you get more, obvious rounded corners with the larger one, and you can see the difference between the 2 here. Okay, and now I have this other little punch. This is a tag corner punch, and these papers by 49 and Market are quite thick. So my little tag punch couldn't handle this paper. I tried to force it, but it didn't end up cutting properly. So what I did was grab my scissors, and I just sort of cut along those lines that I had tried to make with my corner punch. So I had already identified sort of an outline of where I was to cut to create my little tag corners. So I do that to all 4 sides, and then we have this cool looking ticket or label, like the way that looks. And then for the last one, I just wanted to show you that you don't need any fancy tools. You could just use scissors. So I'm just coming in with my scissors, and I'm just sort of cutting away those little corners. So you don't have to do anything fancy here. You don't need a scoreboard. You could just take your strips, fold them into equal pieces, take scissors and cut up the corners, and you'll have these cool tickets. All right, so I have 6 strips, and now I have a big mess. I had decided to just kind of play a bit and see what I wanted to do, and I dumped out all of my ephemera and I was digging through it, having a play, and I made some ticket strips. So I cleaned all that up so I could show you what I made. So here is one of the strips that I made, and I made this sort of a landscape mode, and then the other one I did with the portrait mode, and I used all of the ephemera and laser cutouts to make these fun ticket strips. So I'm going to show you my process. I'm going to make one with you here. I'll turn on a little bit of music and show you how I put these together. I'll catch you back on the other side. Okay, so I've got all of my pieces picked out and glued down to my ticket strips. And now the last thing I want to do is just ink up the edges. I think that it really defines each of the tickets. I'll show you a side-by-side of the tickets inked and the tickets not inked. I think it looks a lot better. I like the way it looks with ink versus without ink. Okay, so here are all of the ticket strips that I made. I could keep going, but I mean, it's basically the same process, just digging through ephemera, gluing stuff down until I like the way it looks. And now you have a whole bunch of tickets. You could cut these up, stick them in pockets. You could use them to decorate the front of your cards. Just a whole bunch of different things. And when you don't have any inspiration, this is just a quick and easy little project that you can do and play around with, some ephemera, and the sky's the limit with this project. You can do so many different things. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I sure had a lot of fun making these ticket strips, and I'm going to keep making more. I have tons of ephemera and laser cutouts and lots of 12 by 12 paper to make tons of these. Thanks so much for joining me today. Coming up on screen is a playlist of a whole massive pile of Chop It Up videos to get you into your craft space and get creative. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!